all that nice
Well, it
weather and
might be. She really did not want to come back. She says, "Do we have to go?" And then after we got here, she goes, "Can we go back?" So,
so you've got a daughter down there, right?
yeah, we have a daughter down there. Yep, she just bought a house back in September, and she's renovating. It's a fixer upper.
So is Dad helping
And
to fix it
so
up?
we helped a little. Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't want to impose too much. She goes, "You guys are on vacation. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get too tired." But yeah, we did a few things. Put up some blinds, and she's renovating the kitchen. Took down some old cabinets and such.
So we got to get your Super Bowl pick, Dan. Who do you like, New England or Seattle?
I don't have any dog in this fight, but I think Seattle's probably the better team. Their defense looking pretty good. Yeah, they're both good stories, though.
Yeah, you're known more for your basketball, but did you ever suit up for Northeast in football?
I did play football all 4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Wide receiver, tight end?
Tight end.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yep.
you look like the tight end type.
I was.
Who was your
yes.
coach?
Well, it was Steve Gunther, my freshman through junior year, and then he went down to Texas, and then guy came in. Pat Sullivan was his name. He was from Comanche,
Okay.
and he was there my senior year. So
Who was your basketball coach?
Denny Howard was my basketball coach.
Okay.
Yeah, good man. I see him everyone. It's kind of unique because, or I'm grateful. Anyhow, went to the state tournament, 4 times with Northeast. We got out to Des Moines, and he'd come up from Shenandoah is where he lived, and he was always there waiting for me after the games were over.
That's right, because you were an assistant coach there.
Yeah, yep,
I remember going out there in '94,
yep.
and of course Prince of Peace, or then was Modern Day, I think at
Yes,
the time. They
yes.
were out there as well. It's always great to have a couple of area teams out there.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool year. Yeah,
I would have meant, did you play the Irish during the course of the season?
we did.
How'd that come out?
You know what? I don't remember. I think we beat them. But no, you know what? We lost to them in a triple overtime game, as I
Okay,
recall.
because I remember, I did more of their ball games, so I recall their athletes a little better. There was the Diener twins, of course.
And then,
Matt Schumacher
yeah,
was
I was
their,
gonna say the big
their
guy.
best player. Uppina, Folletti.
Yep.
And so who was all on that Northeast '94 squad?
So, Chris Harmson was a junior. Joel Schrader was a
okay.
junior. Pat Krogman was a senior. Kurt Ronfelt was a senior. And we brought up a sophomore at the end of the year that was on that team, and it was Troy Grieve. So, yeah, that was a nice run. And,
Yes.
it wasn't one of our best records. We came in, we were seated pretty low. Led Council Bluffs St. Albert's for the majority of the game, and then this one kid just caught on fire. And he was way out beyond the three-point line. And we're not used to guarding out that far, and he's just draining them. And in the fourth quarter, they just came back. We ran out of gas because we didn't go real deep,
Yes.
and you could tell.
And on that 94-foot floor,
Yeah.
that made a little bit of a difference as well.
does.
But it was a lot of fun. And
It
boy,
was.
those are great names. Like, thanks for bringing those back. Harmson was a heck of a player
yeah.
for you. Krogman, very athletic.
Yeah.
And Kurt Ronfeld, I see him every once in a while. He's the AD out at Clear Creek, Amana.
Yep.
And it probably won't be long. They'll be getting into the Mississippi Valley. That school system is just growing
It is, yeah.
leaps and bounds.
Between them and North Liberty, it's crazy how fast
yes.
those districts have gone. Yeah.
Yeah, so do you miss coaching?
I do miss coaching. I miss working with the kids and the competitive. You never really lose your competitiveness, but now when I watch games and I see fundamental things, I'm like, aren't they teaching these kids anything? I mean, can't make free throws and such. It's like, wow, they need some help.
Do you think maybe the advent of the three-point shot, everybody wants to just jack up that outside shot a little bit?
It certainly has changed the game, and
Yes.
that might be true. But free throws are free, right? So you should be able to go and be able to do better than 50%. So.
Now, you were a big man, of course, and it always seems to me like the big guys always like to step outside and show that they could shoot the shot, and then the little guys wanted to go in underneath.
Yeah, well, and that's true. And that the coach, Danny Howard, when he came as I was a junior, he didn't know that I shot from the outside. So he always tried to stick me down inside my junior year. And then we had another guy that was 6'5", Keith Krogman, played with me. And it was after the season was over, and I was in the gym shooting from deep in the corner, and he was like just amazed at how well I was shooting. So then the next year, which really helped us go on our run, he let me play the 4 spot, and I was popping out, hitting. I could break a zone.
Who'd you all play with?
Gary Schrader was on there, Dirk Glahn, Brent Bielenberg. He was a sophomore. The rest of us were seniors. There was Keith Krogman, myself. Off the bench, we had Kurt Fear. We had Dave Kane. That's really about all the deeper.
A lot of familiar Northeast area names. I see Gary all the time because his grandson Connor's playing for Clinton High right now. So Gary likes to do a little coaching.
Yes, he does. And that's how I ended up getting into it, was way back when, and I thought I'd like to give back to the community a little bit, and I thought maybe I can coach junior high. And I said something to Gary because he'd been doing that, and then he came back to me a little while later, and he goes, he says, they're asking me to coach the 9th graders in the JV team, but my son Joel's on there, and his son Jessup was a senior on the varsity, and you're also the assistant varsity, when you're doing that. And he goes, I'm not real comfortable doing that by myself, so maybe we could just share the salary and do it. I'm like, well, that'll work.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad. I thought I wanted to do junior high, but, man, I had a blast doing the senior high kids and getting to the state tournaments and such. So.
Well, that probably worked out pretty well. You were busy making all that money in the jewelry business, and he was out there farming.
Yeah, so the first 5 years that I coached out there, me and Gary did it together. So.
As I see, I always enjoy running into him. And his mother listens to the ball games.
Yes.
To hear her great-grandson play. That's
funny. That's full circle, because I remember, I wish we had the tape. Maybe Gary's got it, but I remember his grandparents would listen to our games. Back in those days, KCLN would do the Northeast games, but when we played St. Mary's in the sectional final, Hank Dillman did it, and they recorded the game, and I would have liked to have heard that game.
Yes.
Because that was a one-point game that we actually were able to win, so. And they had Alex Mazika and
oh my gosh, yes.
Saxemeyer, and there was an Einwick, I think, and can't remember all of them, but
yeah,
they were pretty solid.
Great names. We're going to be getting to break here to the weather. We probably should talk a little bit about Necker's jewelry. After all, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
You guys had a good Christmas?
We did have a good Christmas. Yeah, we were pretty pleased, but we had 3 weekends in a row there where we had snow. From Small Business Saturday on, and affected us some, but. It ended up being good. And
you were saying that's very important to have a good holiday season.
Yeah, helps pay all the bills. So, very important. We do a third of it about, in a 5-6 week period, we do about a third of our yearly business. So
still a lot of engagement rings popular this time of year?
Engagement, yes, they are. And we got Valentine's Day coming up, so we hope to be able to help that out. And we also have some new... well, not new, but we're doing the baskets for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
And so you're going to get a bottle of wine, a diamond pendant, a few other things, and I think we're going to sell them.
I got it right here. Yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
And a real rose.
And a real rose. So those are real roses that they lacquer.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a real rose underneath the lacquer, so it's kind of they'll last.
All right. Well, have Cheryl Lynn get me some information. We'll get that commercial going for you. So, again, you just got back from Florida, 3 weeks.
Yeah, never done
What was
that
it like
before.
to be gone for 3 weeks, Dan?
It was different. Not used to that at all. But it was nice. I come back pretty refreshed. Certainly love the warm weather. As you get older, I never thought I'd be a snowbird kind of person, but it's more attractive than it's ever been. So.
Well, of course, you guys happened to come back when we got that first really cold spell.
Yes,
really cold.
Yeah, and it hasn't bounced back yet, but I hear tomorrow it might get up in the 20s.
Yeah, watch out. We'll be out there in our jackets.
I know.
Coming up will be a check of the weather here on Men's Day.
So this is the bathroom.
Oh, hard water stains.
I know.
Oh, not to worry. We'll go with rust.
Rust?
A rust pedestal sink, a rust commode, and...
Need a better way to deal with hard water stains? Experience the difference Culligan can make. Culligan. Better water. Pure and simple.
Call Culligan of Clinton at 242-1342 or visit www.culliganquadcities.com and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
It's time now on KROS for the Storm Track 8 weather forecast, brought to you by Frary Lumber.
Happy Friday. We are still going to be cold today with highs only in the teens, but we will be quiet. There is going to be building clouds with a little bit of a breeze with gusts as high as 25 miles per hour as we head into the afternoon. Still in store for a cold night, but we'll start to see warming temperatures into the weekend. Highs go to the 20s for Saturday. I'm Storm Track 8 meteorologist Morgan Strackpine.
Currently, we have fair skies and a temperature of 17. Winds are out of the north at 14 miles an hour. And this weather report on KROS has been brought to you by Frary Lumber.
Let your new kitchen or bath tell a story and be an inspiration for years to come with craft-made cabinets from Frary Lumber in Fulton. Craft-made cabinetry offers a multitude of customizable options for your project. Create your dream kitchen or bath today with the help of craft-made cabinets. Stop by Frary Lumber at 912 2nd Street in Fulton and make your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
Men's Day, we got Dan Bartles in. Unfortunately, Cheryl Lynn couldn't make it in. And I understand you guys are going to be out of town on the 27th. Is it the Phoenix or Colorado jewelry show? Or which? What? Yeah.
I think it's the Colorado one we're going to at that point.
Talk about these jewelry shows. I mean, what all takes place at this, Dan?
Well, normally we go in and the first day or two is seminars, and there's a whole different selection of those to choose from that you think might help you run your business better, and we'll spend a day doing that, and then they'll have a series where other jewelers get together from around the country, and usually groups of anywhere between 10 to 20, and you just kind of talk about problems or different things that you're dealing with, or what you do to encourage more business, or what kind of marketing you're doing. So it's just a way to get out there and see what's happening around the country.
Is this something you guys try and do every year and have done for a number of years?
We have done it for a number of years, and yeah, we do try. We definitely make an effort to do it at least twice a year. This year maybe we'll do it 3 times out of. Normally there's two shows in the spring we go to, and there can be two shows in the fall, or usually it's around August.
Okay, is this something your dad did?
You know, Dad never did that until I got into the business. He did it one time, and they didn't have any employees back when they started the business, so shutting the business down for 2 or 3 days wasn't part of the plan. So, but when I got into the business full time in the middle '80s, I started in '78, but by the middle '80s, I said, maybe we need to do this. And he goes, well, if you think so, go ahead and do it. So, and then he got so that he really enjoyed it, and we learned a lot. And
I would imagine so. To me, it seems like jewelry stores are like kind of a family sort of thing, like
they are
your family.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we make some great friendships from people around the country. We have friends down in New Mexico, up in South Dakota, out around the Des Moines area in Iowa, friends from New York. Yeah.
What are some of the things that are brought up at these shows?
Well, they'll bring up like, what promotions do you do that have been successful? What do you do for Valentine's Day? What was successful? What worked? What didn't work? There's always like, how do you hire employees? How do you find the right fit? And how do you do certain kinds of accounting? What kind of a POS system do you use for bringing in your sales? And what kind of do you do in-store repairs? Do you send them all out? We do predominantly in-store, but a lot of stores just send them out. So, and then when we talk about transition, we got Matt in with us now, and it's like, how do you pass the torch on to the next generation coming up so that you can help them, but you can also benefit yourself? I mean, basically, that's our retirement program. We don't have anybody else paying our retirement, so it's like, how can we make all that work? And those are things we talk about.
That's interesting, the continuity, because you followed your father.
Right.
And now there is Matt, Cheryl Lynn's son.
Yep.
So what do you see his future like?
Good question there. It's pretty volatile right now with gold going crazy. I mean, it just, when I left the store, it looks like it dropped $500 an ounce just in 24 hours. It hit 5,500, and now it was down a day or two ago, and now when I left the store, it was like 4,800. Yeah. And then
so how does that affect you?
Oh, in many ways, but the hardest part is we buy something, say we bought something at $100 silver, and now we sell it when silver was 120. Now we go to, if it don't drop back down, now we go to buy it back. So now we got to buy it back at a higher price than what we sold this one for. And so that really becomes a problem for us. And from the gold standpoint, it's like, used to be you spent a certain amount of money and you ended up with a bunch of items, and now you spend that same amount of money and you end up with like 2. So it's like, how do you fill the cases in your store with the higher gold price? And how much do you buy? Because you don't want, like, we didn't buy any when it was $5,500 the other day. But what do you do? And then all of a sudden it drops down $1,000 less. Now, do you discount it? Well, now you discount it. Now you're losing money. Now, if you discount it and then you sell it, then it goes back up again. Now you're buying at the higher price again. So it's...
Is it a roller coaster?
It's a roller coaster right now, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
We're just looking for a little stability.
Where do you get your merchandise from, Dan?
We get it from all over. We have a few companies that we do majority of our business with, but one company's out in New York, one's out in Minneapolis, all over the country. And that's one of the reason we go to those shows, is it opens us up to vendors that are from all over the country, and occasionally from, I know at one time we bought some stuff from a gemstone dealer in Germany. We've been to Antwerp in the past buying diamonds, and so we have some connections with some diamond dealers out of Belgium, and so yeah.
Did you ever see yourself doing this much traveling, Dan?
No, I've been very blessed. I did not see that when I was a young kid, and it's like, wow, look at the places I've been,
Yeah, that is amazing. Well, we have to play a Neil Diamond song. Unfortunately, we don't have the song that Sherilyn requested, so we're going to play your favorite song instead, Cracklin' Rosie.
7 years, I think,
Yes,
coming up
in
here
May. Yep.
You just don't want to mess with people. They're used to something, let it be. It's kind of like we were talking a little bit ago about the Mark.
Yes.
And how many different names it has, but it's still the Mark, right?
Exactly. Neil Diamond, the first performer at the Mark at the Quad Cities. So you guys have got coming up in March, and you've had these before.
We have.
And is it National Rarities?
National Rarities, yes.
Okay, and they buy
a little bit of everything. I mean, predominantly it's gold jewelry and silver jewelry, coins, but we've had them buy pictures. They'll look at old, like World War II artifacts and things like that, and things that we're not familiar with at all. That's not in our wheelhouse. So it gives customers an opportunity. They'll do baseball cards even, stuff.
Okay.
So they usually come in with 3. They've been coming with 4 people. And they each, although they all know their gold and silver and their coins pretty well, but some of them they'll know baseball cards, or they'll know the World War II stuff. And if they don't, they can call somebody right away that is. So they're hooked up with people that are up on.
Do you bring
what those
these?
things is.
I can't imagine it's that much of a money maker for you. Do you bring it in just for your customers?
We do bring it in mostly always just for our customers, and it's something that sometimes people feel they have to go to Chicago, or they got to go to the Quad Cities or whatever, and it's just a convenience for our customers that we do it, and it's been very well received, and we've been thanked a lot over the last few times that we've done it. That thank you so much for bringing these people in for us. So
kind of like an antique roadshow right
it is.
there.
That's absolutely what it's like. Yes.
Do you just kind of listen in to some of the things that are going on?
We do. I'm usually pretty busy doing the repairs, but
Right.
But yeah, we do get to listen, and people line up, and it's just, and then they'll leave. A customer will leave, and then they're there for 3 days, so they're going to be there the 17th and 18th and 19th. They'll come back the next day with more stuff. They came in one day, and it's like, you know what, that was a pretty good deal. Let's see what else I can find at home.
Interesting.
So,
How
yeah.
did you come about these people?
Well, that was something from going to these jewelry shows.
Okay.
That we go to, and we came in contact with them on that. And, we were one of the early ones, I think, of the people that I know, and we've been telling people, it's a pretty good deal, and it brings a lot of attention to your store. So.
And as we wrap it up with you, and thank you so much for coming in, you briefly mentioned repairs, and it's pretty much all put on you, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of people that help me, and I try to hand off what I can. But if it's very difficult or watches, or we're not really taking in a whole lot of watch repair, I can do it. I'm a certified master watchmaker, and my dad was. That's what Dad was doing until he passed. So, we're very careful on taking it in. We're running. I know it takes weeks, but if you want to do the job right, it takes time.
How'd you get your certification?
Well, when I went to watchmaking school, after I went to Upper Iowa, I went to watchmaking school for a year, and there's American Watchmakers Institute offers that certification. So it was proctored while I was down at school. It's a 3-day test where you make parts on the lathe, and you take watches apart, assemble them back together, and test them for accuracy, and then there's a written test to do. So
Yeah, you take them apart, you always got to put them back
you do.
together.
Yeah, it's easy to take them apart. A little harder to get them back together.
I could do that part. That would be my aspect right there. Dan, thanks so much.
Thank you, Gary.
I was in absolute shock when I got the notice. I thought it was a mistake. In October, my health insurance company told me my premiums were going up $9,000 a year. $9,000. Turns out it's because Congresswoman Marionette Miller Meeks got her way, and Republicans in Congress took away our health care tax credits. Congresswoman Marionette Miller Meeks called a plan to protect health care tax credits unreasonable. But she found it reasonable to give billionaires another tax break. That doesn't seem fair to me. I live in Norwalk on a fixed income and can't afford to pay $9,000 more a year. And it's not just me. Health insurance is skyrocketing for over 100,000 Iowans because of Marionette Miller Meeks. Please call Congresswoman Marionette Miller Meeks at 202-225-7576. Tell her to vote to bring back our health care tax credits and stop raising our health care costs.
Paid for by Fairness for Iowa.